Okay, just continuing on here. This is the second video in our little mini series as part of our bigger series on how to build a wood fence. And again, just kind of continuing my way down. And remember that if I haven't pointed this out yet, the fencing is going to be installed on each side of the neighbor's property. So half of the fencing is going to be basically installed on my side, and the other half will be installed on the other neighbor's side. So I will stop installing the fencing at the post and then reset up and go to the other side, which you'll see here in a little bit. So I'm going to grab a board. I'm just setting the fencing boards up there so that they'll be easier to grab. And then I'm going to install a temporary board on the other side of the post. Now what the heck am I doing here? Oh, I don't know if you remember, I wanted to get the bow out of the top of the fence board, so I set another fencing board and I raised the top railing there. If you remembered in one of the videos, it wasn't straight, so I straightened it out there so I can install the fence and hopefully keep it that way. So that's just another temporary board. And then I am installing my guide. You can see me leveling the top of the fencing. And this is just going to be a temporary board because I'm going to start on the other side. So I'm going to start at the other end. And if I was going to start at this end, then I would have installed a temporary board on the other end. And the reason why you're installing a temporary board is because you don't know exactly where the fencing is going to stop. So you just put one in and a couple of screws in it. I don't recommend you nailing. If you're going to nail it, don't drive the nail in all the way. Make sure you'll be able to remove the nails easy if you're not using screws. And I took the string off there. I got to get the string on the other side. And when I put the board up on this side, I'm just going to level from the top. Now here I am. I'm kind of checking the measurements to make sure that the fencing is going to work. So that's something else you're going to need to plan on. If you measure the fencing boards, you put them next to each other, and they are 90 inches, let's say, and the space between the space that you need them to go over, if you were to take a measuring tape and measure over, that would be from the left side of the post to the right side of the opposite post, the next post, then you would now hold on, I forgot to tell you about my little trick there. If you noticed I put a board at the top. You can always use a straight edge because remember, I don't have my string there anymore. Why I didn't put that board on is beyond me, but maybe I just wanted to show you how to use the straight edge. But anyway, back to the width. And if you need some more help on that, if something doesn't make sense, feel free to leave a comment in the comment area, and I will see if I can help you out with that, make another video or something. And then, of course, I just leveled the top of the board that I'm going to attach on that side. Leveled the two tops, the top on my side of the fence, or the side that we're looking at, and the top of the board that I'm now attaching to the neighbor on my neighbor's side of the fencing. So anyway, back to the measuring. If you measure the distance overall, from the left side of the post to the right side of the next post, and let's just say it's 90 inches, and then you measure your fencing boards. So if I was just to come over to the front of the fencing and hook over the last fencing board that I installed, I could actually measure over, and let's say I measured over 10 boards and it was 55 inches. Then I could assume that it's going to be 110 inches if I doubled that amount. But you're going to be able to get a pretty good idea where to start and stop the fencing by measuring the amount of fencing board you're going to need. And I think to make things as simple as I possibly can, you would basically need to center the amount of fence boards you're going to use between the posts. Now, this isn't something you have to do. You can always just install another fencing board. You could start with a fencing board even or flush with the post. And then when you get to the other side, if you're a 1/2 inch short or 3/4 of an inch short, you can either leave it like that or install another fencing board if you don't want to see the posts. So hopefully that makes sense. And if it doesn't, again, leave a question in the comment area and I will answer that as soon as possible. And we are coming to the end of this video. I will put a link here to the third and final video in this mini series of the big series.